Why in the world is climate change a women's issue?
In fact, I think the real image of climate change is a woman's face. And she's worried and she's trying to cope. She's trying to cope with the fact that everything is changing for the worse. I came to climate change as a human rights issue because I saw, mainly in African countries, I talked to farmers, the majority of them women, and they couldn't put food on the table because they couldn't sow because the rainy seasons weren't coming when they should, or they had long periods of drought and then flash flooding in Uganda. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf would tell me in Liberia that when she was growing up, she could predict the rainy seasons. Now, as president of her country, she doesn't know when to plan her road building, when her infrastructure. It is a huge issue, and it's all about the need to cope with the shocks and become more resilient. And it's women in the households and women in communities who are the real agents of change, like these two women that we have on the panel, and who are picking up the pieces of this very real threat to human rights, and as you say, existential threat. Right. We're not on course for a safe world. The governments of the world have agreed we have to stay below 2 degrees Celsius. At the moment, we're heading for 4 degrees or more. And the World Bank did a report a couple of years ago called Turn Down the Heat, showing how catastrophic that would be. And we would be facing worse than our two champions here, who are coping in a much more real way. It would be more floods, more hurricanes, more sea level rise, wiping out complete cities, including here in the United States. So this is a big threat.
It is a huge threat, and women end up coping, as you say.